Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 330i. It's in Skyscraper Grey, which is, I believe, a new color for the 3 Series. I think previously you could get Oxide Grey, but only with a German allocation. Now Oxide sort of disappeared because all the cars are being built, at least for the US market, in Mexico. It does have the M Sport package. It does not have the Shadowline package, so we'll see what the differences are. Let's take a look at the front of the car. So obviously this is the life cycle impulse or refresh for the 3 Series, mid-cycle refresh. So M Sport package blacks out that bottom portion of the grille, so a lot more aggressive, sort of mimicking the M340i, at least for the front bumper. Now we don't have Shadowline package, so we have a chrome-ish looking grille. Should look pretty damn good. Active Kitty grills. Here are our lights. So these are the LEDs. They are not the adaptive ones, which would come with the premium package, so you can tell already this one has at least the convenience package. All right, moving around to the side. So we have our 791M wheels. They are bi-color, which actually look pretty good. I guess against the Skyscraper Grey, it looks really decent. So you can also get the M Sport calipers on this as an option, so this one does not have it. So the reason why is because this car, and basically a twin, was allocated to us basically almost in 150 status. We didn't notice them. By the time we did, basically it's within less than a day, it switched to 150. So now we got Skyscraper Grey, 2 of them coming in. We did try and add some options to this at the port. So you can see we have our floating center caps. I think also wheel locks. And then for the spoiler, we have a basically body color spoiler, which I think actually looks pretty elegant on Skyscraper Grey. Out back, we have our much more aggressive rear end. So that faux diffuser is put in there in basically gloss black. Then the taillights, as far as I can tell, look the same as the pre-LCI version. Chrome exhaust tips as well. Now the other one we have, basically the twin of this one, will have the M Performance exhaust on the 330i, so that should come with carbon fiber tips as well. So hopefully that'll be here relatively soon. And here's our Skyscraper Grey, again making its way across the lineup for BMW. Out of direct sunlight, and basically right now everything's out of direct sunlight. We have some cloud cover right now, but I think it's going to become one of those very popular colors. You can have it without the M Sport package, unlike Brooklyn Grey, which requires that. All right, let's take a look at the inside. So we've got our black perforated Sensitech interior. So basically same seats as before, a little bit of contrast stitching. And of course, iDrive 8, ash gray wood trim as well, with our little nub for a shifter. All right, so instrument panel in iDrive 8 obviously can be customized slightly, although not the layout in Sport. But what you can do is you can use this little hamburger button to cycle through different content. So this is the reduced one. You can also have the trip data, some route preview, the map, G meter, as well as what's currently playing on your media. But that's about it for the interior part of that little customizable thing. I wish what BMW would do was add more customizable instrument panels, say basically get an analog look, so the BMW of old look. Now I think the other complaint people have is about these bezels, basically not using the entire screen. I think over here that makes sense with the instrument panel, because obviously the steering wheel can block some of the view on that one. So I think the iX steering wheel is actually pretty good in this respect for the instrument panel. Again, this does look a little bit glary here, but trust me, it's not as glary in person. It's a little bit glary on camera. So climate menu is obviously the big thing here. So what you can do is go into the apps and go down to climate control and basically save that to shortcuts. And how you can access that is using the iDrive controller, basically pushing up on it. That will bring you down the menu here, and you select your climate control, get to it pretty quickly, and then use your iDrive controller to switch between things and adjust things. The only thing, of course, you can't do is adjust the temperature. So you'll have to use voice commands or your finger. I wish BMW would update this where you can click down and get to the climate menu or the temperature gauges there. So I think that would be much better and would address some of those complaints that you guys have. I don't disagree with them. I think it could have been done better. Other thing I've noticed, go back into our doors and windows. So go to lock it and unlock. So sort of a new thing is unlock doors when in P. That is, I think, new to me. So otherwise that unlock doors at end of trip has also been there, but the unlock doors when you put it in the park obviously can be a little bit weird because you just come to the park and you put it in park and then boom, your doors are open. Maybe you don't want to do that, but at least it's toggle. You can toggle that thing on and off. The other thing that's at least weird to me is the driving settings. Now before, you used to have that little shield around your car, green button, or green ring around it. Next to the hazards, that is gone. So to get to those settings, you have to go in here. So again, do recommend using a shortcut to get there. So you have to go all the way into that driver settings and then safety warnings, all the way to get to, say, turn things off like lane departure warning, which I personally don't like. And that's how you get those adjustments here. So it's buried in the menus here. But again, a shortcut can solve that. Unfortunately, like the buttons below the stereo, you're limited to 8. I don't know why that couldn't be 12 or 16, given the amount of real estate you're sort of losing here. What's an extra couple buttons or shortcuts to get to? Don't know why it's not there. My complaints too. So otherwise, same and true that we've seen on the other 3 Series LCIs that have been on the channel. I'll say that the pricing as well. All right, so pricing for the 2023 330i starts at $42,300. You can also get this in the X-Drive flavor. The paint, another $650. Sunselect, of course, is included. Driving assistance package, $700. I don't know why that's not standard on the car. M Sport package for another $3,100. Now you got the dilution of the hands-free tailgate right now, although it at least appears on the more recent builds that may have been ended. Dilution of the BMW digital key. Now I've heard some people grumble that adding wireless charging gets you back the key. I don't know if that's true or not yet, so hopefully we'll have some cars in that hopefully will address that. Heated front is another $500. And there are a couple accessories here. The rear spoiler, another $540. Wheel locks for $120. Hubcaps for $165, or so center caps. All told, MSRP of just under $49,000. So, a decent price. But I wish we could have spec'd this ourselves. We just didn't have that opportunity. So I think Tacora Red would have been that sort of classic look. A silver grayish car with red interior would have been a classic nod to even say like the 300 SL Porsches of yesteryear as well. I think the red will go really well with this interior. Of course, black is not bad as well. Cognac, I'm a little bit indifferent on with Skyscraper. I think I gotta go with Tacora. Let me know what you think about those in the comments as it starts to sprinkle right now as I'm giving you guys a tour around our 330i. So these are all starting to arrive. We'll have more on the channel as we can get our hands on them. This is one of those ones that is not a customer order. Surprisingly, a lot of our 330i's have been customer orders from the start. But that's it for a quick tour around the 330i. Again, there's a lot to go over with this car. So if you have comments or questions about them, please drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to address them in a future video with another car. But we'll see you at the next video.